Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to send all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect individual. To all you brothers out there, I want to say shalom. To all you sisters out there who are into this truth and supporting the brothers that are on the highways and hedges teaching this truth. The water for your support and supporting your men. And the water to you, all you confusion of faces out there as well. To you also I say shalom. All right, this is the Holy Bible. Now I want to do a lesson about this Holy Bible. Each one of these words have a meaning. Okay. This is one of the only sermons that I remember from a pork chop eating preacher. I don't know if he's pork chop eating preacher now or whatever. And Salak if I'm wrong if he wasn't a pork chop eating preacher, but I'm just saying, maybe he's in the truth now or not. But I remember this guy coming to our church in North Carolina, and our minister wasn't even preaching that day. There was another guy who was a visitor. Well, actually, he wasn't a visitor. I think he grew up in the church that I was attending, but he was a pastor at another church. And he was invited to do a sermon one Sunday. And I will never forget the sermon, what it was about. I mean, he kind of did his little preacher thing and all that stuff, but he did a sermon on what the Holy Bible means. And some of you probably already know this, and but I'm gonna say it anyway. All right, start off with the H. He. Who is he? He is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? He. Only. O. So he, the H, he, the O, only, left you. Who is you? This Y represents the children of Israel. Okay? Alright. So he only left you basic, the I, instructions, the other B, before leaving earth. Okay? Now that really stuck with me throughout my years of growing up and going into my adult years or whatever. I really thought about that sermon, man, and he was right. You know, he only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay? And that's what the Most High did for us, man. He only left us basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay? Now, I want to say this. Not every book is in this Bible, because you have some books that was taken out the Bible to hide the people, to hide the truth from the real Israelites. Who are the real Israelites? The blacks, the so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. And you also have some confusion of faces out there who have faces of other nations, you know, whether you be white, Asian, German, from England, Australia, China, South America, North America, you know. So, you know, if your lineage goes back with your father, then you are an Israelite, you know. And there's and I can attest, man, I've dealt with some people who have had so-called white skin, but they have that so-called Israelite spirit. We call it the Jacob spirit, you know, but for sure we call it Jake, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, he only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. And look, man, you have a lot of books in here. You know? Look at all these books. These are instructions. Okay? The book of Genesis, you know, Leviticus, Exodus, you know. And the book of Leviticus, you know, these were some of the laws are. You know, where all the laws are. You know, the law was never done away with. You know, you just got to take time to read it, man. You know, and also I want to show you at my local camp that I attend, you know, these are all my precepts that I got from my camp. I'm not a part of the camp yet. You know, I got to prove myself worthy to be a part of the camp, because, you know, you can't just, the brothers there can't just open arms to me and invite me in. Nah, it don't work like that. I have to go by order. You know, there's an order. I mean, when you are dealing with men of the Lord, you know, they got to make sure whomever they come in, whomever they let into their circle is legit and about this truth, man. You know, it's not like a church, a so-called church, man. A church, a convicted felon, child molester, anybody can come and join the goddamn church. But when you into this truth right here, you know what I'm saying? When you into this truth, and when you read the Apocrypha, which are the lost books of the Bible, you know, you get into this truth, man. You know, it's serious business. And these brothers have given me scriptural instructions. You know, let's go back. What does the Holy Bible mean? He only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay? Now, when I go to the camp, these brothers bring precepts out, you know, and some of these Bible verses are instructions, steps, you know, and I got a whole bunch of them, man, front and back. And the X's are the ones where I really want to do lessons on, you know, and, you know, I try to go there and I take notes. Here's one: seek the Lord with fear and trembling. I forgot what Bible verse that was, but I got to look it up. This is one about Christmas, Jeremiah 10:1. As a matter of fact, let's do a quick lesson on that. Let's do a quick lesson on Jeremiah 10:1. Remember, he only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay? All right. Let's do that. The Spirit was working with me right now. This is the book of Jeremiah 10:1. It's a lot. It's Jeremiah 10th chapter, first verse, going through the second verse, I believe. I think I wrote it down wrong. It's a lot. Okay, Jeremiah 10, and starting at verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord thy power speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord thy power, learn not the way of the heathen, and not be dismayed at signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with axe. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, let's go back. He only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. Now, I took some notes here. This pertains to Christmas. This verse, well, these few verses right here, Jeremiah 10 all the way down to the third chapter, specifically says that we should not celebrate Christmas. Okay, let's go down to verse 3. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Now, does that sound like Christmas to you? It says deck. When you think of deck the hall of jolly, la 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 la, whatever. And you put ornaments on the tree, silver and gold. Is that not talking about Christmas? Is that not talking about Christmas? It's telling you not to celebrate the heathen holidays, so which are the pagan holidays. Look, let's go back. He only left you basic instructions before leaving earth. Come on, man. It specifically tells you don't celebrate Christmas. And even, I mean, if you got even common sense, if you have even common sense, look at this, man. For the customs of the, okay, thus saith the Lord, thy power, learn not this the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Man, if that don't sound like Christmas, I don't know, boy. And you don't, you know, when you get into this truth, man, the Most High reveals his secrets to his men, you know. All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Remember, he only left you basic instructions before leaving Earth. Till next time, Shalom.